Dear Rhiannon, and for the first time in my walking, dear all, I'm typing straight into the laptop, the editing, confusing, remembering, going straight through, straight in. I'll read for the first time. I'll stop, I'll falter, maybe I won't. Things remembered, 3 white feathers on the path, the lady walking her dog with roses on her wellies, airplanes overhead, the lady at the back of the building having a break, having a rest, having a cigarette and a think. Here are the things I knew about you before our walk, Rhiannon, before we stole away. I know that I found you upstairs, that you needed some convincing to take a walk with a stranger, that your colleague overheard our conversation. I liked that. I wanted to get a chain going, to do another walk after that with that guy. It is like Michael said, like Michael wrote, writing over and writing out, provoking me. When is the end of walking, Mark? When is the end of walking? Chance that led us here to this table, and to the other table where you checked through your words with a purple blouse and your hair tucked over your shoulder. You're my first walk with a stranger in a long time. You're my 3rd walk with a stranger. That is it. You're crossed off my list of people. You're crossed off my list of people, he said. The guy said that. And then the girl said, Matt is antsy, same as Matt, is antsy, same as Matt, is antsy, same as Matt. We are walking in sync, I realise, once I start walking on the gravel, trying to provoke us, trying to get us to the pond, the deep pond that we should stay away from. Once we veer off the path, it starts to feel dangerous. I have a rush of dangerous. What I love about these walks, the risk, the not knowing, the always thinking, this walk won't be right, and then the always remembering, it's just a walk. It's always just a walk, and always so much more. The good girl that set off, hands clasped in front of her, backpack hanging low on her shoulders. This good girl with an always near-breaking smile and twinkly eyes. This girl is a rebel. She leads me over a barbed wire fence by the golf course, and we cross it, gloves sticking on wire, coats catching, unsteady, uncertain, risky. Who is responsible here? Was it too safe? A walk in Roehampton? It's like a little village. The boards below our feet aren't safe, I think. What if we go through them? What if? What if we disappear down a mine shaft at the side of the golf course, and the embarrassment of it? Silent walking with a stranger, when do we end the silence? Should we stick to a half hour in the leaves before we cry for help? I lift one up, curious, nothing, foundations, a dried up stream maybe. We carry on, who is leading who stops? We are into the walk now, we are really into it. Then turn back, dead end, and then the slip, the responsibility, the relief, the rules of walking, the rules of riding. Am I allowed to ask if you're okay? I'm not sure. This has never happened before. How well do you know Roehampton, Rhiannon? Feels like you haven't been to some of these places before. Rhiannon. Rhiannon who likes to do her thinking while she's walking. I feel like we're walking around sets. The rock formations are straight out of Jurassic Park. There's no water in these streams. They've stopped being useful. They've stopped being filled. The fountain by the pond is overstuffed with grass, and the water pours out all funny, and we are down at the pond. We are in last year in Marianbad. We are A and B, or man and woman, drifting silently through the sticky images, through a film of fragments. Drifting through a film of fragments while backstage, just over the hill and up the lane, the crew are drinking tea and coffee and stocking up. I robbed you of your coffee for a walk, and I'm glad that I did it. Glad I'm sitting here. Funny that we are here. I hardly know anything about you, Rhiannon. We are A and B that stole away from the Jubilee for a walk. Thank you, Rhiannon. Thank you all.
Mark. This is like one of those drama games where a group of you has to count to 10 or 20 or whatever, one at a time, whilst looking at the floor. No one is leading this walk, you said, and it made me behave like I do when I'm desperately attracted to someone or on a first date and I completely lose the power of speech. I stumbled around for ages. I wanted to do it right, but I had no idea how. The thing you don't know is, I have recently developed a debilitating case of stage fright. Right now, my body is reacting as if I'm proposing that I jump off a cliff, not write a letter and read it. God, I have no idea how I will manage this. And although our walk was lovely, in the end, I'm so glad you got to see the tree that's doubled over, and our cheeky trespass is something I'll smile to think of at a later date. My legs still sting from the nettles, you know. Although the walk was lovely, as I say, all I can think about now, all I can feel is complete dread. Since you stumbled on me earlier and I somehow found myself agreeing to do this, I wanted to be sick. I'm nauseous, I'm shaking, my back hurts. I fear I may well lose control of my bowels. It has happened before. I'm petrified. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm also hungry, very hungry. I wonder what I was supposed to be thinking. That happens to me a lot. I wanted to hold your hand, but that would be weird. That would be taking the lead. And anyway, you had gloves on. I wanted to take your arm, but I always trip over myself when I walk with people like that. I was scared. I hoped you would protect me. You did. We went walking in a ditch come garbage dump, and I'm not wearing sensible shoes. And it was fun. You picked me up out of the mud and the dead leaves and helped me brush down in silence. I have nothing to be scared of because you are not scared. You seem to think that all this will be fine. I hope so. Love, Rhiannon.